I got another one here, kind of coming back to that notion of, setting up your goals. When you were going through and kind of setting up your life goals, I mean, obviously, to an extent, you did it for the episode, but what was kind of your process for, coming up with your life goals, and, how do you plan to kind of keep tabs of them and track them?
I'll jump in here. So my dad is very much a goal-oriented person, and he hammered into me the SMART goal system. So your goals should be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. So that's something that I try to keep in mind. It has to be something really specific, not like I'm going to have a better year next year, which is a good thing to have as a goal, but not really a realistic one. Measurable. So you say, well, instead of maybe like a better year, we say going to make more money at work, or better grades, go from like B's to A's, C's to B's, maybe. Attainable. So you're not like, well, I'm a D student now, but next year I'm going to be an A student. Relevant. If you're a student, grades are probably the biggest thing. Working life, it's probably around your career. And time-based, you have to have a finite time on it. So one of my goals is, sorry to jump ahead here, to pass a specific certification exam. I want to do that by the end of the year. Passing is a specific and measurable, and it's relevant to my career. So that's sort of what I look for in a goal.
I love that you literally set SMART up and I didn't have to say it, because I was literally going to mention it if no one else did.
Oh yeah.
You see it everywhere, honestly. You're like, oh, how do I set up life goals? And it's the first thing you see. And at times it is a little cringy. I've had it drilled into me like 5 different ways along like just my professional and studious career. And it very much is like, okay, I get it. It's just so repetitive, but when you take a step back, there's a reason why they keep drilling that into your heads. It's a very good way to make sure that you're able to achieve your goals and set them correctly and set those expectations accordingly. So kind of one of the ways that at least I've always done it is I look at, okay, like you mentioned, I want next year to be a better year, and then going through each and every single bullet point and then start fine-tuning it and making it a little bit better. Yes, some goals might only cover a handful of them, and they may only need to, and it's still good, but those like long enduring ones tend to hit all 5 of them. And I've seen a couple of permutations of it. I was trying to find master. I don't know where I saw master from. They added an E. I could not remember what it was for, but it was one of the variations. And honestly, I looked everywhere for it, and I'm trying to remember where even I saw it. But SMART goals, if you Google it, you'll find a ton of information on it.
I have chaotic brain. The way I set anything in my life is always, do happy chemicals get produced? I live a very chaotic mindset, and not because I want to, because that's just the way that my brain is wired. And acronyms, when you give me an acronym, my brain immediately hates it.
Wait.
Yeah,
You hate AA?
I love Audible Anomaly. I hate AA. Anyways, no, I live a chaotic brained lifestyle. So it's hard for me to grasp something like SMART and carry it through, because my brain immediately tells me, ooh, dum-dum, don't do that. Not because it's a bad system, but because I just, as the person that I am, I can't follow something like that. I'm not great with structure. I have ADHD, and I feel like I suffer from it a lot. And I know specifically with something like ADHD, structure is great. It's easy to follow. You know your next step. You should be able to continue forward without losing focus or without getting sucked into the hyper focus hole that ADHD can produce. I just can't, though. I have to live this life of complete non-structure. So when I come up with my goals, it very much is just either the goals are nonsensical and achievable, or it's because I know that however long down the line, my brain will go, "Good job, dummy." It's a terrible way to live, and I don't advise it for anybody, but it's just the way that my brain works. Because I know with the problem a lot of the times with a lot of those like structured things is that not everyone can follow them because we're so wired differently. It's insane. I mean, I think that, the three of us grew up in the same area, around the same things. We have the same interests, and yet we couldn't be more different in a lot of these things. And I feel like this is a great example of that. I understand smart and I get it and I want to love it, but I can't.
It's the principle of the thing for you.
It's not even my choice. I don't get this is just the my brain is, I've got a blue wire and a red wire connected, in the wrongest way, but it works for me. Like I said in the last episode, right? I told myself this year is my year. And that is the most vague shit you could say, right? It honestly, it should be unobtainable, but my brain justified it as you did it. Good job. Right. Because goals for me are more of a mindset than something I have to go and get.
Yeah, I definitely would kind of agree with that in that, like, at least for me, being able to set a life goal that creates kind of a motivation for me to try and like achieve it, even if it's, nothing specific, or that falls into the smart category per se, but, just setting something there and just achieving it. Like you said, that releases a good chemical reaction in my head, and yeah, and I think it is kind of interesting that we have these different takes on it, but neither of them are wrong, and no one is right. Thanks for watching Audible Advice. If you enjoyed the conversation, feel free to click the video on the right to check out the full podcast episode. Hope to see you there.